Eat peeps. Right, Jambo here with Ken Exploration. Today we're here at an old cement works. We're here because there's a set of air raid shelters that were converted for World War II. There's 3 that were the cement works themselves. There was 2 that were personal ones. One was for the Jewiss family, one was for the, I believe it was the Bryan family. The first tunnel that we're going to go to over here is one of the actual ones for the cement works. Through time, of course, it has been repurposed. There's been lots of the walls that have been knocked down throughout it to allow pipes and everything else that have gone through it. Sad thing about all of this, through one of the main sets of air raid tunnels that was for the cement works themselves, had an oil pipe going through it, and at one point the pipe got cut and oil was filled it all. We've had to bring respirators along, we've had to bring protective footwear along. Well, most of us have, apart from me, who's got bags over my feet. As you can see, no man's with us today as well. Is all set up. And then we've got Stumpy on the camera. Right, so we're going to head into the first one now. It was originally a tram tunnel that was converted. Quite long, goes back on itself. We'll give you a little look around once we get inside. Stumpy birds.
Let's get the touchscreen.
Right. Cool. So, as you can see, originally the level of the floor all through here would have been a lot lower. As you can see, it drops down. This would have been a blast wall with blast door put into it. Of course, with all the pipes that have been put through it from time to time, that's all been completely knocked through. Some of the wall still is there. We'll show you how much is left as we go through. What's this like there? What, the 4th time we've been down here, boys?
Yeah, must be now.
Right. Now, to be fair, there are a few things that are still actually left here from when it was converted into an air raid shelter. Now, what we're walking over here, which is actually the safest part to walk over, would have been part of the ventilation system that runs through, and along the wall here would have been one of the original water pipes. So, one of the more recent additions is the conduit pipe that runs through. There's something moving up there.
Yeah. So
Not sure what that is, but there you go. Probably a little mouse or something like that. There have been a few animals that have come down here and died. Viewer discretion aware. We've got one chupacabra. There is another one down here as well. So this is where the tunnel splits off. You can see originally these were tram tunnels and they were converted into the air raid shelters. Still got quite a few old bits down here. That's the old bottles. Now, as you can see by the floor, it's got all this cracked stuff. Now there was, as I say, oil pipes that were split, and they filled a lot of these tunnels. Now they've managed to come along, put stuff down, soak a lot of it up, but there are a lot of parts of these tunnels still that are just still completely covered in oil. We'll go and have a look at one small part now. There's no man's got wellies on, and they get sort of stick the camera around there for you guys.
There's a bit of screens.
Oh man, that's where that's got narrow up.
Yeah.
Oh God, that floor's sinking.
Is it?
Try it.
We saw it sort of disappears away. Yeah, a few colour camera over stuff. Hey. Right. So you're right, man. So this is as far as this one goes. There is a sealed metal door. It looks like it's sealed from the other side. You can see it is very much a different style of wall. It's actually a flint wall as opposed to bricked here. But whilst we're here, this is one of the other blast walls. If I pass that back to you, Stumpy, if you want to show them down there, because that's where the toilets would have been. It would have been split into two, like that. And then you'd have had a chemical toilet either side, and then a pole that would have gone across with a small curtain to give yourself a little bit of privacy. As you can see up there, amazingly, that is one of the original loos that were actually installed here. Normally they are gone, or at one point when being repurposed, reused, they're normally swapped out for metal ones, but these are the original tile ones, which is quite unusual to see in these.
It's one of the first I've seen intact.
Yeah, no, that's it. It's quite crazy actually. Of course, you've got all the lovely oil all around here, some of the old buckets. Right, shall we head on? Right, jump across here. There we go. I swear this oil's getting wider.
Yeah. Just going to walk quite freely.
Yeah. Oh, get tired, I can always have a little sit down. Yeah, that's a really old blooming chair. I might come back and have a look at that door, but not wasting the 2 bags that I brought along on that smaller room, and I want to get through that main larger tunnel.
Yeah.
We haven't actually been through fully yet.
Yeah, one of the only parts of these tunnels we've not so far.
That's it. Get a climb in here. Got to watch everything in here because it's so old. It's all rusted, it's all giving out. Now, there's another bit. It's over here. Once again, next to the blast wall, 2 sections for the chemical toilets, and as usual, the original roofs have been smashed through. Now, around this one, I'll let Stumpy show you the cave in on this side. And I'll see if I can get the torch through this hole, see if I can light it up a little bit more. So, yeah, as you can see, these are very old, unstable tunnels. That is completely the top part of the dome that has given way. We don't know how far back that actually goes. We've had a look outside. It doesn't look like it goes much further than that, and it doesn't look like there is another entrance from the other side that's easy to get to. Let's see if we can actually find the other side of that one. And then carry on further up this one. So now, originally, of course, there would have been benches that would have gone down either side of the tunnel for everyone to sit on. You're just watching away, there's the other 2 tubes further. As you can see, all the oil on the floor. You can see at one point how much oil actually was sitting in here. It went up to just under 1 metre deep on the wall, so when they had the oil spill, definitely wasn't a small amount. And you can see from the other end, that's all been backfilled completely.
I'll take a closer look.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'll get past it.
Stuck. See some daylight up there, end of the tunnel.
I'm drying on the oil.
That is not good.
Oh, bottle though. Shame it's completely frosted so you can't see. Side of the mat just over to the right stump. believe that was Raid Shelter No.2 of the cement works. We'll show you where we believe the other entrance that leads to the other side of that steel door is, where the Bryant family personal air raid shelter was, and then we'll move on to the other one that's completely oil filled, where we'll kit up and have a proper walkthrough. Right, so we go around here. It hasn't got too overgrown. Yeah, to show you where the other two entrances should be. Alright, now it's got very overgrown. So there's one within that group of bushes there that's a clapped entrance, we believe leads to the other side of that metal door. Underneath that big pile there, there's another entrance that we believe that is for the Bryant family, if I'm not mistaken. Over in that corner there's an entrance to a service tunnel that we can get to from the other side, but you can't from this side anymore. So that's where they are. Now we're going to head over this way and go for, I believe it is Raid Shelter No.1 of the cement works. Put your can back, man, sorry.
You're going to want this when you go in there, aren't you?
Yeah, I was going to...
So have a little scout through that for us.
Yeah, nice, cool, man. So originally there were buildings that were built out of the walls. You can still see a small amount of brickwork. When it's not as overgrown, it is a bit more sort of prominent. Down here near one of the other entrances we're going to go to, you can quite clearly see where there was a building coming out of the cliff face. Yeah, it's all getting knocked down, it's all getting converted. It's a larger company that's slowly starting to overtake the site, which is why we're actually able to show you a walk around of it all. As soon as they start spreading over here, this site will be a no-go. They're a very large company, very tight security, so we're taking the sort of last opportunity that we really can to get in here and properly document them and show each of them for what they are. So with this one as well, you can see once again where the ground used to be a lot lower. I'm guessing when they destroyed all the buildings, they literally just left it off.
Oh, else has been down there.
Cheers, man. Thank you, mate.
Right guys, sorry about the cut there. We tried to do the filming sort of without any cuts, but where we had to sort of change into lovely wellies, Stumpy's got his Hobo wellies on. Yeah. Stumpy's Hobo wellies, a nice bit of duct tape on there, good respirator on, got my respirator on as well. As you can see, nice glass door and a nice hole in the wall where the pipes going through. which does follow all the way down. Difference in this one is they still have where the benches would have sat across.
I didn't realise it'd be rustling so much.
I was looking at the moths.
Yeah.
Or butterflies. There might be butterflies actually.
There's quite a few in here.
But yeah, as you can see, there are still some original features, such as the wooden bits that would have had secondary doors that would come down, break bits off. Would have also had wood going across so that all the ventilation could have sat on top. Now, what's pretty cool about this one compared to the other one, this one hasn't been much around as much. You've still got some of the original ironwork. Now this would have been the ironwork for the door that would come across here. It would have been a very solid glass door. The ventilation goes running through the top. Yeah,
A bit more industrial.
definitely start to break down a lot more. And a little glass door section. That way there was a bomb that went off at the far end, at the entrance. The explosion wouldn't have actually travelled all the way down, shockwave wouldn't have got at you. Stuff was focusing in on there. Of course, once again the oil got very deep in here. I felt deeper in here than it was actually the other tunnel. Been sort of a metre. As you can see, slowly but surely it does actually get deeper and deeper. Now, where this was a private air raid shelter that was built by the cement works, of course you don't get half as much graffiti carved into the wall. Where it's company property, if you was caught doing that sort of stuff, then you would have had to pay for it out of your wage. So sadly, you don't get half as much graffiti in the private ones. Unless it was like a shadow factory, such a silk factory, where they were actually working down there rather than coming down periodically. Now, either side here, you've got two little storage areas. Would have originally probably had doors on those. Keep everything in there, all your provisions and that. Now, as you can see here, this is the pipe work that's been knocked through the glass wall again. I believe that it was probably this pipe work that actually carried the oil. When it was cut open, it's poured out everywhere. Now, as you can see, this is why we've got the respirators on, and the wellies and the hillbilly wellies, is because the oil is still quite thick this far back. Now, we haven't actually attempted to go this far yet, so it's going to be as much of an experience for us as it is you guys. Now, just on the way past, just to show sort of some of the bits that were left. I have no idea what this crank would have been for. As you can tell, it's probably been original to World War II. It's been used to potentially pull carts up, make it easier to pull stuff up. Right, we're going to venture in. We're going to see how well this goes. Oh man.
I'm not sure these bags are going to work.
I think hopefully they should. so I'll probably try and step over that bit.
That was maybe 3 inches long.
Yeah, this plank of wood seam is not too bad.
Oh man.
How you doing?
I'm pretty stuck.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it'd be better trying those bloody wellies on near the entrance?
Yeah.
Because you are getting, I think you'll end up stacking them those.
Yeah.
Or do you want to go back and try those wellies on?
I might have to go back.
Go back. I think you're better off trying those wellies on.
Right, we're back again. My homemade wellies did not work. It was impossible to navigate this oil, so I went to borrow a pair of tunnel wellies.
Tunnel wellies!
Let's try again.
Alright. Okay. Oh, touched it off. So that's sort of made half the way up here. Oh my god, that just sinks.
Yeah, it was really deep. This solid is
Oh, it's just, oh man.
Oh.
Oh man. Look at the board.
Was that on top of it a moment ago?
Yeah, I was sitting completely on top of it a minute ago. And then I put the foot on. And then oh, that's just looking weird, tripping me out there. Right, next. See if we can climb over the right part.
Are you going over that way? Or?
Yeah, I'll give the rock part a go.
Yeah, if that pipe's solid, you might have to walk across it the whole way, but...
Here's the thank you. Alright.
I get the feeling that's not solid.
I'm thinking I might have to use the wellies
Yeah.
and just through it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. It's deep, but let's see how this works. There are wellies. Okay. Oh man.
Are you at the floor at that level?
Yeah, no, I think this is the easiest way. Just take.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh.
Make sure you've got sure footing before you hit the next one. Oh man. I think your side might be more shallow.
Possibly, yeah.
Coming over. Well guys, this is proper urban exploring, I'm guessing. Oh, there's something there, I just trod on something. Oh, there's water underneath this.
Oh, yeah.
less oil up there is more water. Oh, that's deep. Stick to the left. Don't go in the middle.
I'm really glad I didn't bring my carry bags this far.
Oh man, that wouldn't have lasted, Jeff.
No.
I think it's getting shallower. I'll get on more solid. A little bit more solid anyway. Alright. Alright. Sorry for not talking so much, guys, but I really try not to slip over. This stuff holds on to you, and then it's so slippery underneath as well. Watch out, this bit is. Oh man, this is even more like a tub. Yeah, this is sticky, this stuff.
Yeah.
Be careful up here, man. It's sticky, but it's slippery.
Yep. Oh, I'm stuck. I stayed in one place too long.
Okay.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting that.
This is really thick.
Yeah. Do you want to pass me the camera so you've got an extra hand? Cool, got it. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
No. Nothing there, nothing around the corner.
No. It's just a angled bit. I'm going to get up there, see if I can pull the wood back a bit.
Yeah.
See what's behind it.
So I can sit there further.
This is it.
Those parts have had to go somewhere.
Oh,
It's ancient.
It's been there for a little while, I'd say. That's concrete. They concreted over the other side.
So it blocks it from the other direction.
Yeah.
Fraudulently incorporated it.
Definitely concreted. That's definitely
Yeah.
concrete.
Does it look like these pipes have been cut off so they could do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting, it's at an angle as well. rather than
Yeah.
straight.
I'll be guessing then that is over by, you know, the entrance to the service tunnel.
Yeah.
I reckon that comes out in that wall. You know, when we said, oh, I bet there's entrances along there,
Ah,
that'll be one of the
Yeah.
entrances along there.
that certainly makes sense.
So this one definitely doesn't kick off like we thought it did, as far up as it did. So I want to go back into that other tunnel and see if we can get through that metal door.
Yeah. in one place for too long, you get stuck. That's what I've done in that door.
I've got a cool doorway. I like the wood still there. Oh, it's getting deep. Oh. As we're now masters of walking through sludge, do you want to go and have a look at that first tunnel?
Yeah.
And have a look at the door?
Yeah, definitely. So because we were all suited and booted from the other tunnel, all of this might be a little bit jumbled about when we put it all together. I do apologise about that, but to get prepped to go into some of these places, it was made more sense just doing them all together. But this is the small room off of the first air raid shelter. Go have a little look in here. Now we're ready for it. We found this room doesn't feel as bad. It's sticky. Oh, not as bad as that last time.
There's a lot of bugs. Open up the bath. Let's have a lot of holes put in it.
Strange.
Probably used as a fire pit. Considering there's a metal grate here, I bet somebody put holes in it, had it the other way up, had it as a fire pit before all the oil leaked out in these tunnels.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, certainly won't be there now.
Oh. Penny, that's sticky. I think somebody's trying having a go at opening this up at some point. Looks like it might go on. I can see the lintel on the other side.
but that sounds pretty solid behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been backfilled. I suppose the other side of this could be the other entrance that's infilled. The one that I pointed out in the
Yeah.
bushes. That could be literally what's behind that, and it has actually just been backfilled there. So that's just pretty much as far as that one goes, I guess. Oh, that's one of those other old plug pumps. Used to have the plug spray there, and the pump thing behind it.
Be like some of the old things you find in these.
Oh, it's crazy. There's a fork there. Yeah, they must stay stood somewhere there, the way you seem to get stuck. So it's pretty cool that this entrance was a flint entrance as opposed to anything else. And there's the other side of the roofs that actually are still there, which, as I say, on its own is quite an impressive bloody thing. So at least you guys can say that you've come along with us, you've seen every part of these tunnels that we've seen and the parts that we haven't, and joined us on those. I'm glad we was able to take you guys a bit further than we did. It's been quite interesting, a bit different. As I say, we've still got the small Jewiss one to show you, and the other actual cement works there, Raid Shelter as well. Need to do a little bit of digging, so we'll get into that. We'll show you that on the inside. We won't be showing you where the entrance to that one is, I'm afraid. It's just not as accessible as this one. Right, see you guys in a bit. These guys, as promised, we're in the third air raid shelter of the cement works. We can't show you the outside on the way in, but this is what we had to come in through. Wasn't the easiest to get into, but as far as we can tell, we're some of the first people in quite a few years to actually be able to come into here and actually find it, let alone actually get into it. So we'll take you for a little wander around, show you what's about, starting with this nice little light switch. Ooh, light switch. Alright, so with this set of tunnels, with the other ones, they were tram tunnels that were converted. With these tunnels, I'm not actually sure their original purposes. It may have been some sort of kiln, and then repurposed as the air raid shelters. As we go along, there's a few offshoots to the side. Now those offshoots are what I believe were the kilns, and we'll show you as to why. I'm pretty sure he's had some graffiti in here as well.
It was past the first kiln here somewhere.
As you can see here, so I've drawn a lovely picture of Adolf. A few planes, some nice drawings of planes there. It's probably cool to see some of the pencil graffiti, because you don't really get it in so many places, especially private ones that are built by companies. But then behind us, bricked up and has been up to a while ago. We believe that this was some sort of kiln because there was an entranceway at the end that would have come out in the outside wall, and on the ceiling there is a big louver that would have opened up to let all the air out. There is another one up here, which is fair if I jump up, I'll show you guys. Might need that torch as well, actually. Cheers. Alright, so As you can see up here, there's a dividing wall. That far end is a metal door frame. It's got the hinges on, but as you can see, it's not exactly a tall door frame. I think the battery may have gone.
No, I don't know what that was.
Ah, fair enough. Anyway, that's that one up there. We'll carry on. So now, once upon a time, there would have been other sorts of machinery that would have been installed here. Once again, I'm not too sure about kilns and everything like that, so I don't know what it would have been. There's another one. You can actually see the louver on that one is actually open. I have climbed in and tried having a look up there, but they're all just completely filled in with some sort of chalk. What's pretty cool down here is there are even a few original light bulbs, which of course don't get those places. Not quite sure what they've actually filled it with, but it seems like some sort of ash or chalk or something like that. Oh, we've got another original bulb. Good old glass wall.
Common feature.
That's it, just reminds us. Oh yeah, no, it was converted into a air raid shelter. What is pretty cool as well in here is these are actually a couple of the original toilet seats. You can see, so from the shape of that and where it's tapered down, that would have been, of course, more planks there, circles that you took us. So this would have been used as a little toilet area. There's your bucket. Another kiln, as far as we can work out. Down there and look up here is just all filled in. Now, this is pretty cool. So that would have been a pump that would have been used. Looking at the size of it, I would have guessed originally that it would have sat up on these two supports here. You'd have had a crank on this one. There would have probably been a few cogs. Turn it, and it would get, I would guess if these were kilns, it would have got there to pump into the kilns to keep the temperature at the right temperature. It would have been a hand crank. This one's pretty cool, it's got an original light feature, slowly starting to rust away. And you can see on the other side they've backfilled these quite a bit. Nice iron going across there.
Seems like a clay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a weird sort of ashy
chalk mixture.
Yeah.
All the spoil from
There's,
the old
there's,
kilns.
us, there's us playing with it and it will end up being lime, won't it? Put your fingers away or something. Now, I'm guessing the the metal sheet on the left hand side would actually be the original door. It would have gone and covered on this outside. Straight up. Now, this is where we get to the slightly more cool bit. Original wood still in place for the door frame. That bucket would have been an original fire bucket. It would have had fire written over the front of it, and been filled with water or sand. As you come through, this is where it all gets a bit different to most of the other tunnels that we've been in. So it was originally a tunnel. There would have been a tunnel or an air shaft that would have gone off up to the left that has been filled in a long time ago. We've also got this metal sheet that runs down the middle. I think, as far as I know, most of these were taken out of all the tunnels around here, but you can still see where they would have gone into the roof. That would have run up. I'd have guessed one side would have been for utilities, the other side would have been for people to walk down. As you can see, it's completely backfilled now. But it is a pretty cool view when you do sort of go up there and start walking back down. This is more, looking at it, it looks more like it would be something out of a Napoleonic fort. It's all Victorian all around this, and there's no mention ever of a Napoleonic fort, but the way that the brickwork's done, the way that the arches are, and the way that it sort of feeds off of other bits, it looks like a lot of stuff around Fort Amherst.
Yeah.
You get a lot of the steps going down, lower tunnels,
The
bigger
way the
tunnels.
vents are formed going upwards.
That's it. It does look very much sort of similar. So yeah, apart from the Jewiss family personal raid shelter, that's us done for around here. So we'll jump in there, put the video together, and we'll release it for you guys to have a little look at, and hopefully you'll see something new that you ain't seen before. Right guys, so this is the last little one for around this side, which is the Jewiss family air raid shelter. So this was personally for the Jewiss family within the cement works as well. I'll lift it all up, going on in here. Back the mat down. To be fair, coming straight in, these two bits are pretty cool. These were original carts that would have been used during the cement works. You'd have had an axle that would have gone through here with two wheels, and then on the back you lift it up and you put it along like a wheelbarrow. So these two are actually original for that. There's a hell of a lot more rubbish in here than the last time we came in, but the lorry yard's been cleared out, so
I think it's that butterfly above your head.
I think you might be right, man. Right. That's cool.
Yeah. So I don't think so.
That might be like this.
this one was a personal family one. You could tell the workmanship wasn't quite as good. These were originally wooden barrels that were filled with cement, and then have gone off and gone hard, and the wood's all rotted away from them. Glass jar. I've had sweets or something in it at one point. And that's the back of it. Now, of course, as we say, these were originally used as tram tunnels, so the likelihood is this winch, when it had a big chain that went around it, it would have been able to pull the trams all the way back into the tunnel to keep them stored, and then they'll be able to drive themselves out. But yeah, so this was the personal raid shelter of the Jewiss family. Yes, and they tried to make it look a bit nicer on the inside, cover the brick up a bit. It was probably made to look really nice. So yeah, that's Raid Shelters all around the cement works. I hope you enjoy coming on this explore with us, and tune into our channel for our next explore with Kent Urban Exploration. Cheers guys.